Hello and welcome to AQA Chemistry Biology revision on C1, keeping healthy. So this entire part of the course is about, well, as it says, keeping healthy and basically diet, exercise, and also like pathogens and disease. For this video, we'll be talking about diet and exercise, which is the part all to do with like eat well, play, and things you need to keep healthy, nutrition, and all that. So let's get started. So diet and exercise. As you may recall, one of the 7 processes of life is nutrition. You may have learned that when you were in year 7, 8, or 9. Whereas like Mrs. Gren or Nerg may have learned that, but basically it's all about some things which classify life and what it means to live. Basically, sounds really deep, but it's more of a scientific view. And one of them is nutrition, and I did not mean to cross that out. Just my dodgy mouse. Nutrition, and nutrition basically involves taking in food for energy, and we eat food for energy but also for other substances to keep our body healthy. What that basically means is, as well as like for the energy, there are things in certain foods which are needed in our body to keep it running, and we'll go over that more in a few minutes. But let's just carry on reading this. We can't just use food as it is, we have to break it down. That's all to do with your digestive system, which we will go back to later on in the course, but not right now. Although just a brief explanation would be like down your gut, stomach, intestines, and then out of your anus. And basically it gets broken down, and cells absorb it through that, and it gets into your bloodstream, and we'll explain more later on. But let's carry on. The more you exercise, the more food you need for the energy, because like when you exercise, you burn off energy, and your body soon loses that, so you need food to replenish it. If you eat too much food, sorry about that. If you eat too much food but don't regularly exercise, you won't burn off the excess, and it will be converted to fat and increase your body mass. So basically, what that saying is, if you eat too much but don't exercise, you'll get fat. And you also get malnourished if like what you eat is unbalanced, and we'll go through that in a couple of minutes. If you eat too little, you become malnourished as well, and you lose mass or become skinnier. But it also has other like effects, and we'll go through that later on as well. So what does it mean to eat healthily? Well, let's see what we normally eat. So this is the Eat Well plate. It was produced to give you a guideline, give you an idea of the proportions of food you eat in your meals. So fruit and vegetables, and bread, rice, potatoes, pasta, and starchy carbohydrates. They are the ones that are most important and occupy 2/3 of what you should eat, with like fruit and vegetables being a third, and the starchy ones being another third. All the remaining ones are split into proteins and fats and sugar and just other ones, not fruit and vegetables. And we're going to look more into detail with that. But if you want to have an idea of what the food groups include, then have a look at the pictures if you want. But the thing is with the Eat Well plate is it's not very scientific. Milk and dairy foods, it doesn't really explain it too much. So now we are going to go onto the actual scientific parts. What like substances do you actually need to keep you running? Well, we need carbohydrates, and what they do, carbohydrates, they are used in respiration, cellular respiration, sorry, which is when your cells take glucose, which is from carbohydrates, and react it with water and oxygen. Sorry, reactive oxygen, just oxygen, to produce carbon dioxide, water, as well as energy. And that is basically what keeps you going. So they're using cellular respiration to produce energy for your body to function. For your body to function. Without it, we wouldn't. So they're just really important, and they can be found in the starchy foods such as bread, pasta, rice, etc. Next, we have the proteins, and proteins are used to build muscles, like repair things in your body, and they come from like basically meats and beans, and yep. So proteins for maintenance of body growth and repair. So that's used to build cells, growth, and repair. There you go. Vitamins and minerals. So you get like vitamin C, A, B. Minerals include like basically like iron, sodium, potassium, all those substances you get from eating fruits and vegetables as well as other food, and they are vital in keeping your body processes going. So vital in keeping your processes keeping the processes in your body happening. For example, iron is used in hemoglobin in your blood, in your red blood cells, to carry the oxygen, whereas sodium is used in your brain to help with the nerves. But you won't need to go that much detail into that at the moment. You just need to know it's vital for keeping the processes in your body happening. Next, we have fats, and fats are used to keep warm. And if you don't have enough carbohydrates, then can also be used as a source of energy, which is why animals would like animals that hibernate, such as grizzly bears, they would eat loads and loads before the winter comes, and they would hibernate, and all that excess fat would be burnt off as they sleep for energy, and when they come out they'd be skinny because the fat is burnt. Basically we can use fats as a source of energy, basically. And they come from foods with like sugar, meat, and all things like that. Now you may have noticed the dairy and milk part of the Eat Well plate. That comes into minerals as well as a bit of protein. But yeah, and vitamins and minerals are basically fruit and veg mostly, as well as other food, as I've said. Fiber comes from starchy foods such as bread, and what fiber basically does is, as you may have seen in like cornflakes advertisements, fiber just cleans out your digestive system. Cleans your digestive system, but you don't, and perhaps some other jobs, but that's all you need to know for now. And water is just to keep your body hydrated, and as you may all know, water is essential in keeping your brain functioning, which is why I always recommend having a bottle of water when you're having an exam, although not sure if that's always possible, but I always try to have water. It's really helpful. It makes me think better. Maybe it's a psychological effect, not sure, but helps brain function as well as other body parts, obviously. That's all for this part about the eat well plate, don't worry about that, that's for next lesson. Basically, to sum it all up, we need to have a healthy and balanced diet in order for our body to function properly. Say if like you have too much fats, then you become obese, and basically you just need to keep a right balance for your body to function properly, and otherwise you become malnourished, as the exam board wants you to know. The key points are basically just balanced diet is important and is needed to keep your body healthy, and also about like the energy part of it is like if you need a lot of energy, if you use a lot of energy, you need a lot of food, and excess energy is converted to fat. But we'll go more into that next lesson in the weight problems. But as well as that, actually, we need to know that about exercise, because when we exercise, energy is used, and we also have this thing called the metabolic rate, and what this means is how fast the chemical reactions happen in your body. So metabolic rate, the rate or the speed, I guess you can say, in which the chemical reactions let's put on a new line actually, reactions happen in your body. And as you exercise more, if you exercise a lot, your metabolic rate tends to increase as like you need more energy. So say respiration will become quicker to provide you with energy quicker. And the example also wants you to know that you can, like, your metabolic rate can be affected by inheritance. So like you may have genes that give you better metabolic rate or whatever. So they just need to know that inherited factors can affect that. They also included a bit about proportion of muscle to fat in your body, and basically what that means is the ratio in your fat of fat to muscle in your body. That's what that means. And basically it's just like say for every amount of muscle, how much fat do you have? And it's to do with like inheritance as well, but we'll go over inheritance in 1.3, which will be next lesson where I'm going to do a double lesson. But I think that's all for now. If you guys have any more questions, then feel free to ask. The keywords of this lesson are malnourished, and I did go over that, although perhaps not too much, so I'll do it right now. Basically, malnourished is when you have an unbalanced diet. Or in some cases you can say, or lack of food, perhaps-ish, but it's more to do with unbalanced diet in terms of in this, as it's trying to hint at. But you obviously can become malnourished by not having food, so lack of food. Okay, and then metabolic rate, we've already said that. It's the rate in which your chemicals reactions happen. Just look up here, as you can see my beautiful arrows can point to that. Metabolic rate, that's the definition. And also inherited. Again, we'll go through inheritance in the next lesson, but inherited is basically like what you get from your parents, from your genes. And I don't mean genes as in G-E-N-S, but genes as in what makes you your chromosomes and all that. But we'll go through that later on. Don't worry. So that's it for this lesson. Hope you found it useful in your revision. If there's anything you don't understand, feel free to ask me in the comments. I'm happy to answer them, and I always like having feedback from viewers and everything. So yeah, like as well to show that you appreciate my content. Subscribe for more revision videos. I don't just do revision, I do loads of like speed art and gaming as well, though you may not be interested in that if you're looking for revision. But that's it. That's all about it from this part of the course. And I'll see you guys in the next lesson.